So, yeah, I just thought, let me get Mary here today. Let's just do a real yoga. Our chair yoga version.
Probably did that one day. I was really hurting, and so I said, "Well, we'll just do yoga today." But his version of yoga, it's like, okay, now, I know you did this one, cheer yoga, but now let's do it. And he set me up some this bar and having to really do. I'm thinking,
Yeah, no, Robbie, son, I sit in a chair when I do my yoga practice.
so
The chair can be quite.
He said, but we're trying to go a step up, and so giving you something you can do from the chair. Like,
That's okay. Let's just rock a little side to side until we get ourselves going. Well, that's what you get for having an athlete, a son who's a trainer and an athlete, and who wants to work with you to get you strong.
And now he wants me to start losing weight, which I mean, I know I could do.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about that. Let's have a goal. Let's have a goal because I really I don't want to like live. I mean, I know this is what I've got to do. I have to kind of, I guess, eat at a deficit. I hate that word. But I think that now that I've got the gym set up again and dad's finished with his PT, we have today and then next week. And then I think he's
Oh,
done.
did you need to go to that?
No, today's at later in the afternoon.
Oh.
So that's the only time we could get him in. So we just have two more. So I really want to be able to you know, get steady. And we are going to still be accountable to each other. So we'll at least still have that. Okay, let's make some big circles. But yeah, when I got up this morning, I was like, okay, Cheryl, I did what I try to do because it's so hot outside. The dogs and I did go for a walk. But we got out of the house. I mean, if you leave at 8 o'clock, it's too late. It's just too late. So we got out of the house kind of late and um I could see it was really hurting the big one. He was like, I'm done.
Your feet start to hurt.
I'm done with this. We went out to um so he could be on, dirt and grass and not on pavement. Anyway, so I thought I'm gonna have to do at least, that little walking pad, at least 20 minutes. And when I got up this morning, I was like, what if I tried to do everything twice a day? You know, twice a day. You know, my workout that I did for myself yesterday was like a killer. I mean, it was power packed killer. I could feel it this morning in my legs. All right, let's go the other way. So yeah, maybe we share. Maybe we share what we eat. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I know, girl, I know. So because I'm still that girl that won't. I just don't want to give up my coffee. I don't want to give up my coffee. I love coffee. So
Coffee's.
well, it's that probably I'd say it's about a half teaspoon of sugar and milk, you know. But in our Ayurvedic world, we don't start the mornings with milk. That's or caffeine or a coffee. You just don't do that. So I start my day with snuggles with the dogs, and then I have my coffee right in the middle. And I can feel my legs from yesterday. I can already feel it just in that circling. So I did these little kind of activating my quads and around my knees. For us, these knees are an issue.
Nothing for me doing squats. But holding this bar and doing squats, trying to load really low. And he didn't understand what that is.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, he
Because-
knows, intellectually, he knows.
Yeah.
But it's just, my knees are still. And I continue, I'm looking tomorrow. He's like, stop, he's so back tomorrow.
You know, I mean, it is, you said that so perfectly. It's the intellectual part, you know. He knows it because he's a smart guy. This is his field. But until you have that bodily experience, in some instances, you just have to speak from, I don't know, because I did it. I mean, I started my yoga practice older and I still was very healthy and I didn't have any real issues. Knees have always been an issue from high school activities, but I feel like I always had some level of compassion for people who couldn't do it. Because my clients have always been, you know, older. Half of them have always been older. So, all right. So now let's take that circling into a forward bend. But we're going to roll in and out. So we're going to kind of let our chest lift up. And then we're going to roll down, almost like we're doing a little cat and cow, but we're doing it with a forward bend. And then round your back and lean back. Your back might touch the back of your chair. That feels delicious. And then the chest leads the way, almost like an inhale coming forward, all the way down. Ah. And then exhale, come back. And it could not just be, it could be more than one breath, right? So here we go. Ah. My arms are just along for the ride. But yeah, now with my knees, woo! My slightly older bones. A friend of mine came over. She's talking about our bone hill. I was like, girl, this is so funny. But we're both April babies, so we try to, you know, it's sort of a reflection. It's taken us till July to get together. But a reflection of our bodies and what's happening. Oh, let's do a couple more. And also just the difference in us, you know, and then sit up nice and tall. Oh. We used to do partner yoga classes together, which was always very hilarious for people because I'm twice. Let's just call me twice her size. Now, in that way of she's around 5'4" and I'm around 6 feet tall. She's a slight build person. I am not a slight build person, right? And so she, you know, always just said she's the 100-pound one, I'm the 200-pound. You know, we're just whether we weighed that or not. The difference was probably closer together, but it is so interesting, you know, us doing partner yoga together. And she'd like, let me be the base. And I'm like, girl. Okay, please, please.
Don't want to kill you, no.
Let's swing our arms a little bit. Oh. Oh, that feels so good. And mindful of your shoulder.
Am I yanking you even this?
No,
Okay.
I mean, but does it feel good?
Yeah.
To like, I like that little bit of a pull down. Let it drop down. That just feels like I don't know, warming things in there. Ooh. Feels really good. Okay, so come down a little bit lower. Now let's add a revolt, like a twist with our arms swinging. So we just twist and twist. So I'm inhaling, continue inhale. Exhale, continue exhale. Just so I can keep swinging my arms and I can keep moving. Now, next time we are facing the window, let's stay here. And you can use your leg and the chair behind you, seat or back, to really encourage a little more twist. And now let's move our head back and forth. So look behind you. And then look in front. So we're looking over each shoulder. And we're revolving from our navel. Yeah, and from our ribs, from our chest, and from our shoulders. And then ultimately at the very end, let's hold this one from our neck. So staying here and think belly, ribs, shoulders, or chest, shoulder, and neck. Now soften everything and swing around to the other side. Oh, that second side is a, ooh, it's like, wait a minute. And so now just kind of live there for a moment. Whew. I'm gonna have to work into this side. And we're gonna turn our gaze. So look over the back shoulder and then look over the front shoulder. So go to the back and then the front. Back and front. Ooh. These ribs, I think before I woke up today, I was laying on this side I'm twisting to. Oh, which means it's like, why do you want me to do this? Ooh.
Oh, the woman in one hand was really burning. Yeah, oh, I must have been sleeping on that one.
Oof. Now remember, we're twisting from our navel, our bellies. And then from our ribs. From our chest. And then our shoulders. And then that last gaze is our neck, and you're going to look over that shoulder and hold. Belly, ribs, chest, shoulders, neck, and then come back around to the front. Ooh. That was a good one. All right, before we come forward again, we're just gonna let ourselves lean a little side to side. You don't have to move the arms in the air. It could just be like, I'm not really touching the floor, but I could. And then you have your blocks here too. If it gives you, if you like that feeling of actually touching something, right? And the blocks have the different heights, so you go to the height that feels best. And then, of course, at some point, we're going to stretch an arm over as much as or in the air, let's say, as much as we feel like we want to, right? It can come here if the shoulder allows, but I don't want you to sink into that shoulder, right? So you'll find it. If you swing the arm over, bicep towards the ear, our neck is nice and warm, at least a little bit, so we're not crunching. You can even look up under the arm if your neck allows. Oh, that feels good. Let's do one more on each side. Make this one the best one. Extending through that arm all the way to the fingers. We're going to say that again later. Come up with it. Oh, that's a little bit of that rib too, like moving the belly. Woo! And then all. Now that felt good. Yeah. So let's do that little bit of almost like we're doing cat and cow to go along with the leaning forward, right? So lean all the way back, hit your chair, Chest comes all the way forward, up, 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 lean all the way down. Rolling back, spinal rolls essentially. Little cat and cow. Mm. Mm. Oh, that feels good. Who cares how big you do it?
That was good.
You know, you can do it little. You can go a little tiny movement. So you keep going big, Mary. I'm gonna go little. Or actually, boy, that feels kind of nice if you want to kind of go a a little tiny bit slower. It's not our static cat and cow. We're still rocking in. I can feel that my bottom and oh, there we go. Feels really good. And now let's come up to just our normal instead of rocking cat and cow, just cat and cow. Inhale, chest forward, exhale, rounding, pull the navel back. And you can focus on just like letting this be at your mid back if you want. Mm. Or you can include the whole spine. Let's do a couple more. Mm. Oh, man. Mm. Nice. And then sitting up tall, lift those arms hang again. See, I feel a little bit looser for sure. Let's alternate the swing this time. You can really feel it on this side of my neck too, so I can feel that's where I have my pillow jammed in. So I love my pillow. I think I found a good pillow for me.
Okay.
Though I say that, I switch it out. It's like my neck is like, oh, that's too good. Let's switch it out. Do something different. Okay. So you have a strap. We're gonna grab the strap. Hold the buckle part so you don't, hit yourself in the buckle. And so if the tail bothers you, you can always double your. And so we're going to just raise our arms up, but I want it to have some tension, right? So instead of using weights today, we're just gonna see if we can generate some tension. And also we're not using the stretchy bands. That's totally different. So just hold on to your, and I'm just past my, I guess, my legs. My feet are hip width-ish apart, a little wider than that. And then my hands are, okay, so I'm gonna come up here and I'm just gonna actually a little bit lower for your shoulder. You could already feel it, right? So let it rest on your legs and then just like soften everything out. Sit up tall, make it a really good spine. And then instead of lifting the strap up, just stretch the hands out. So my strap is on my legs still. My strap is on my legs. Now just stretch from your legs. That makes a difference, right? I can feel it in my neck and release. And then just stretch from your legs. Just creating that tension of stretching and release, just stretch. Just stretch. Now for the next three, if it feels like you can lift it up, lift it up. And then down, and don't lift it up anymore, Mary. Because you're lifting you felt your shoulder instantly come up. And it's just because you're firing. You're firing in that part, all those muscles, right? Let's do one more. And then down. Now let's stretch it out just this double length. Let's just stretch it out to the end of the double, right? And now keep it tight and stretch and see how that, no, see yeah, you really get there. Let's go lower. Actually, no, we can't. I don't think we can. You know what we're gonna do?
But
We're gonna let our arms dictate the pull, right? So let your hand, this hand, if you mirror me, let your left hand stretch. Now we're talking. You're almost not using it, right? And now this arm over here, my mirror arm for you is like, what? Why are we pulling this dead weight? And then let's come back, sweep along. Oh, that shoulder hates this move. Okay, come down.
I think it's that because we used to.
That's what you,
cane so much.
your
on this side,
cane. Mhm.
And I'm trying to switch it to the other side, but it's hard to.
Grab one of your blocks and let's, instead of using this, let's decide. Cause when we hold, our arm is internally rotated, right? Cause we're holding here. What if we turn our arm this way? So hold your block in the palm of your hand, right? On your leg, just let it rest on your leg. And lift it up just a little. And then now take it out. Not perfect, but better, right?
Yeah.
Feels a little better. Okay, now bend the arm. And then now take it out. And then stretch the arm out. Not bad. And come in, right? Almost like we are working on these muscles here, right? So let's do that. Let's grab both blocks. Because these are just really, they're light. So holding your blocks upright and let your elbows stick in, right? If you don't have blocks, I don't know, hold socks. You know, it doesn't matter. You're just holding something, keeping your palms up. Don't drop your socks. Or remember when we did in our yoga classes, our restorative flow, we would do that Qigong walk, the teacup walk.
Oh,
You remember the teacup walk? Don't drop the cups, right? So here we go. I don't care if you drop the blocks or your socks. And so I am really trying to extend my arms out even more. This is a challenge for me, right? And then come back in. Let's do a few, we can tap our blocks maybe. And that just keeps us closing in, right? All the way out. Oof. And in. And sit up nice and tall. And down. And if we do this enough, you'll feel it.
all right.
I mean, I can feel it already, with these tiny little weighted blocks. And I'm not trying to over arch my back, right? I am squeezing my shoulder blades together. I am lifting the sternum. I'm planting my bottom cheeks into my chair. And I'm lifting from the crown of my head. Now, as soon as I said lift, I started to move my arms out. So let's stay here. And now let's stretch. And bring them in. And let's just stay here, stretch and bring them in. Let's careful for that shoulder. Sitting tall, stretching in. Let's do 2 more, Mary. You can do 2 more. We can do 2 more. And then let's bring it in. Yeah, you can feel that in your back and all up through here in your shoulder. And so in my mind, I'm like, so every time we stretch out, we're doing a little outward, we're going away from the body. And then every time, of course, we stretch in, we're coming in towards the body. So that reconnection of drawing in feels good. Feels good. So let's put our blocks down again. So we're going to use a couple of these same moves when we do our hip work. So I'm going to put my strap over here on the side. I'm going to stretch my legs out so I straighten the backs of my knees, and I'm just going to, that feels great. That's like our next level of let our legs flip flop in and out. Okay, and then now I'm going to bounce a little bit, jiggle and bounce. I stood on my vibrate plate for 10 minutes this morning, waiting for my coffee. I don't know if I could call it patiently, but I felt like I needed to jiggle. The dogs got me up at 5 to let them out. And I guess I got so hot yesterday, I had to take a nap. And that totally ruined it for me going to bed last night. Whew, that's the other thing Nicole and I talked about, sleep schedule. I'm like, I love a schedule. The sun goes down, time to go to bed. The sun comes up, time to get up, but that means sleeping later, which is a challenge, especially for these pups. Okay, so let's take a leg up, a leg down, a leg up, a leg down. So a leg up, ah, a leg down. And use your hands to help, especially in the beginning when it's tight. And notice how I'm also using a little bit of that cat and cow move, right? I have one knee that's like, I got this. We don't need your help. And I have another knee that's like, are you kidding? Help me, help me, help me.
This is my help inside.
Or I don't know if it's just the knee or if it's the knee and the hip combo that's like, I could use a little assistance. Okay, this side's warming up nicely. This one is still like, I'm not there yet.
It's totally confusing.
It's like resisting a little bit. Like this one, I can get it up there and I lean in. I'm like, oh, that feels like such a good stretch. Wow, that's a good stretch. And then I switch it out. And this one's like, you want me to do what? This is it. You mean stretch this? This is it, lady. Okay, so let's go back to the first side because it is in mirror our happy side, both of us. All right, so I want us to sit nice and tall. This is our number 4, I guess, or our really good hip stretch. And you can point and flex your foot. Work on that. All the while, I'm really trying to focus on this knee kind of moving down, right? Everything's rotating out and moving down. Whew. How about those feet? Did I tell you about my added little element to going to bed where I basically wash my feet? I wash my feet and then I put some kind of oil or cream on my feet. Right now, since I'm not wearing socks, my feet are always warm. I rarely ever, I just put a little magnesium cream on my feet. And then I leave them out, do the rest of my stuff. So they're dry before I slip into bed. Yeah, that's my new thing. Well, and part of that too is that this girl walks around barefoot all the time. Barefoot in the garage. I'm just going out to water, barefoot in the grass. That's what you put those stones down for. I'm starting to feel this all the way up into this muscle that runs external, right? Or right along the shin bone. I don't know what this one is. I think this one is the anterior tibialis, but I'm not sure. This one might be that one. To ask that trainer son of yours. Okay, now I'm going to hold it in a more dorsiflex position so that I can really push that down. And now firing out my butt cheek just a little bit. So hip, that bone that comes here, your hip flexor, your greater trochanter is in here too. And so that's what gives you that ability to do all those really side good angle things. So now let's hold on to the foot and let's just give ourselves a little twist. Use your chair and your foot to twist real good. And as we come back to the center, I want you to hold the foot and bring it off here. Oh. And the leg is still super rotated externally, right? And then come back down and let's do it 2 more times. Let's twist, twist, twist. And so this might be a little warm up to what could be called our Juno pose, right? Archer pose. Yeah, it's not really going to happen today. We're just going to do our chair Cheryl Mary version of it. So now what I want you to do is hold your big toe. Before we even get started, I want you to close your eyes and visualize yourself pulling your toe back, your leg back, as if it's the string of a bow, right? And so what we would do if we draw a string of a bow back, we would bring our thumb towards our ear. Just visualize that. So when you come forward, you're like, it's by my ear, right, Cheryl? And we're gonna keep that knee really close. So here we go. Come up, and I want you to pull it back. Ooh, stretch this hand to hold the knee. I know my toes in my ear, my thumb is in my ear. And then we're gonna release.
It's close.
It's so close. So it's so close. Okay, let's do the other side. All right. Yeah, the one that's resisting. And then point and flex. Nicole's been doing some chair workouts too, some chair yoga, which I love. Her practice is different. She's a little more. Hers is up and around the chair sometimes, right? There's a need for both. But these toes are also. They're like, you forgot to include knee in the knee and hip equation. I'm trying to be very mindful and just like do one treat for myself a month that I wouldn't do for myself here. I mean, to take it to the next step, I guess. So let's twist. Oh my goodness. So I think I'm gonna have to, it's time to call Jade, the nail technician.
Is that the one that's at the reflexology place was?
No, I mean, I don't count my reflexology like, I don't count that as a little extra bonus thing. Count that as like therapy, as sort of lymphatic realignment therapy. I put her in that same category as like maybe my chiropractor acupuncture. So, okay, so now we're gonna come back to the front. You know what we're gonna do? Bring it here. Ooh. And then we're gonna put it back down. Give ourselves that twist, right? Twist. Ooh. And then release back and come up to here. And then I apologize to anyone who watches this. I just caught a picture of myself doing that beautiful pose right in the camera. But that's okay. Visualize that beautiful Arjuna, that archer pose. Here we go. Remember, we're holding our toes now. We'll look onto our toe. And we're going to pull back like our thumb is going to be in our ear. So here we go. And stretch that arm that's back to your knee and pull back. Ooh. And then you can and let go. Woo, that felt good. All right, let's come in and out of our chair to release our low back. Pardon me. So I am going to ultimately use one of my blocks. So I'm going to bring it forward. If you need them, you can bring your hands in to put your hands on your blocks. If you don't worry about it. So just coming into our forward bend, right? And if you don't need your blocks, then you just don't use your blocks. If it feels good to have them, use them. Oh. And then when you're ready, you're gonna come put your butt back down in the chair. And we're gonna go in and out. And so look down at your feet. And note that our feet are gonna be exactly like parallel to one another, but we might strive for the parallel, keeping it that way. So, but we want to make sure our knees are always following our toes. So when we come up, our knees are following our toes. And you go like that. So I did a little look up and look down when I was down there, so not first and then do it with me. So, and it might be nice to have your blocks for this, right? So my legs are now straight and then just a slight bend. And then I looked up and looked down. When I look up, slight bend, and then look down, straight legs. When I look up, slight bend, and down, straight legs. And down. And down. Let's do two more. And then we'll sit down for a moment. So when I did that cat, almost that cat cow in there, I could feel my core, kind of my belly kind of working there, and that felt really good. And then I naturally just lifted my toes. So while we're here, let's just lift and lower our toes, right? So while we're just in between, we're gonna do it again. Let's just lift and lower our toes. I know, it's like you have to watch them to see if they're really doing it. Are you really doing what I'm telling you to? Toe pads stay down, toes lift up and down. So I have one toe on this foot over here. I was wearing cowboy boots and I was in Mexico. And I climbed a fence. Because why wouldn't you climb a fence? In cowboy boots. And landed down cobblestone, and it was a decent drop. It wasn't like, let me climb a fence. It wasn't that. Okay. So, this toe, I mean, the whole leg took a beating, but the toe, right? So someone the other day said, "Oh, look, you have a hammer toe." I said, "Don't you say that." But it does. It won't straighten out all the way. It has a little bend in it. Dang it. Okay, here we go. We're coming up again. This time, let's see what naturally comes up for us. Okay, so let's come all the way up. I'm looking at my knees, I'm looking at my toes. I'm gonna bring my blocks over just for the sake of it. Maybe I'm gonna lift my toe pads, and I really feel like the arches of my feet are totally working because my toe pads are lifted. My big toe pad is definitely firm to the floor. So I'm gonna push my little toe pad firm to the floor and straighten my legs. Now my feet are getting some great work. Now I'm gonna put my toes down. I'm gonna lift my heels off the floor and arches of the feet, get really strong, lift as high as you can. Woo, woo. Got your blocks, and then lower. One more time, lift the toes. Feel the arches of the feet really work. Spread that pressure of toe pad pressure from big toe to little toe pad. And then now put those toes back down and lift the heels up. Ballerina feet. Put on those high heels. Oh, and then lower and sit down. Wow, I could feel that on my knees, inside on my knees. That was greatness. Okay, so I want to do a little extended lateral triangle, Parsvakonasana. So we might use our blocks. So I'm gonna put one block on each side. Okay. Whew. Before we get there, let's continue with the feet and let's just heel toe the feet out, right? So the ankles are getting that. Make it the biggest step and let your knees follow suit. Right? My heels touch, my toes touch. Open, 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 open when I've gone as far as I can, and then come back. Ooh. Might have to, I've never really, have you watched these videos that I put up? You have, right?
I was the first one, the second one I haven't been able
Every now and then?
to get.
You can't get it? Oh, try it again, because I have to go in and publish it, right? whenever I'm moving everything over, I have to keep it private. And then in my mind, I have to go back and remember, oh no, make this public.
Okay, I'll try.
So try it again. I kind of feel like I might need to have a microphone, right?
Absolutely.
Especially when I'm turning my gaze or I'm upside down. I don't have that. So I feel like maybe I need to do that. I don't know. Do I really need that? Maybe I'll just ask Facebook Marketplace.
Well,
Who wants
I
to?
hear you pretty good on
You
the
can?
first one.
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay, there we
you
go. Here
have
we
to
go.
think about, I mean, if you're turning, you have to probably think.
Right,
about
right.
talking to the wall.
Exactly. Yeah, talking to the wall.
Yeah, but
I
it's,
mean, I say it all the time. Are you talking to me or the person behind us? Okay, so let's mirror me. Let's do this leg is this way, right? Now, couple of options. I kind of like to really settle the meat about halfway on my thigh on the chair. I like that. And sometimes when I'm really feeling spicy, I'll come all the way over. Now I'm tall, so my butt hangs off, right? Now I just really have to work my leg completely. Today, I'm going to be about mid-spice. I'm going to be mild. No, it's not medium. I'm going to be medium spice right here. Okay. And so I want my knee to follow my toes. And I'm just going to keep my leg wide. Instead of pushing it behind me, I'm just going to keep it wide. I'm going to turn my torso to face the center of the front. Oh, the other way. And I'm going to lower the forearm down. I'm going to let my arm kind of push into my leg, right? So it's bringing those ribs forward and these top ribs back. Now don't let this leg over here just because it's not playing a big role, the main character role. Don't let it be floppy. So here, I'm going to let this arm that's on the leg stretch to straight. And boy, I feel myself growing, right? So maybe hand on hip. So let's bend it, almost like we were doing that hold the block business in our palm of our hand, right? So every time we straighten, bring those ribs around even more. The dogs are being so precious. They're like, get your workout in, ladies. Do it. I can start to feel my side waist is really feeling it, right? Now I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold the arms straight. I'm going to take this arm that's bent in my shoulder and I'm going to stretch it straight up and come up and up and up. Now I'm going to do my best, Mary, to lower myself down a little bit more. Up and up and up. And I'm pushing into the leg to revolve my ribs. I'm not getting lazy, but I'm going to turn the palm of my hand to face so I can bring my bicep towards here. Oh. And if my neck will let me, I'm going to look up under that arm, and that encourages my chest to revolve around too. So it's belly, ribs, chest, shoulders, neck, and then you can let go. Oh. That was nice. We didn't even use our block. I think I needed my arm to press into my leg more than anything else because I didn't have this back leg behind me. So if we were going to do it with the full kind of chair expression, then we would stretch the leg back. And so while we're here, excuse me, do you have room to stretch the leg back? Just be in that position. So this, our front leg really, I want you to face me, turn your torso, and really just put the outside edge of the foot on the floor. Yeah, because you know that little toe pad doesn't get a lot of love. So we're really pushing in. Now we can feel the arches of our feet. All of those things that came before this are now feeling it. And we're lifting the muscle, that inner thigh muscle up. Kneecaps into thighs, externally rotating. This one is externally rotating too. So let's pretend like we're holding those blocks in our hands here, right? Bring your torso a little more up, Mary. You've got this. And then just stretch it out. Ah, right. Hello. And so when we think about it, and you have to decide, this is essentially warrior two, right? And you can turn the palms down and turn them up. Oh, that shoulder is hating me right now. Up and down. Let's do a couple more times. Up and down. Cinch your here. Cinch your here, Mary. See, I tricked you into it. Now keep this back leg active. Keep the outer edge of that back foot there. Feel your rotation. So ribs, belly, ribs, chest. And then I'll extend that back arm. It's as long with the leg. Turn the palm up and bring it all the way over. Bicep towards the ear. Now, does your neck have enough room to look all the way up under? And really revolve and rotate those arms. The ribs, pardon me. Ooh, the ribs, the chest, the shoulders. And then you can let go. Nice. I tricked us into that, didn't I? I really didn't intend for us to go all the way. I didn't. But I'm glad we did. So right in the middle, ooh, right in the middle, let's do a little bit of like drop the knee down, right? Careful with those knees, okay? Okay. All right. Just two sides.
You
Just-
don't have any legs.
Just two sides. It's a good thing we're not octopus or spiders. Think about that. Okay, here we go. So again, you can be mild, medium, or spicy. I'm going medium today. Right in the middle. Now I'm gonna let my back leg just sort of be backing up. Okay. Oof. This inner thigh is like, stop. Let's stop playing. But this little halvesies that we're doing here, this gives my inner thigh that little warm up stretch it needs so I can focus, I can break my body into halves, I guess. So you're facing towards the front and you're put your forearm down. We're gonna stay rotating our ribs. So we're gonna drop the arm down and feel that good stretch and then bend. So I noticed that this side is not as accommodating to this work. This side is not as happy to do it. That's okay.
It's the grumpy side.
So boring if both sides were the same. Goodness. Don't let this back leg get lazy. Keep it connected, grounded. Half is active. All right, next time we come in, let's hold it down. Really revolve those ribs. So belly, ribs, chest, shoulders. And now let's take that arm and stretch it straight up if it'll go straight up. Oh, and then bring it over biceps towards the ear if it will. Now this is really, this is charging me. Belly, ribs, shoulders, look up under if you can. And then release. I felt that. I felt that from my hips, my low back felt that. Everything felt that. Oh, but we're not done. We're going to trick ourselves into that full expression. So now this, being mindful, yeah, just shove that. See if you can get in there good. I'm going to take this, get this back leg there, and then work myself from the ground up. I know, buddy, you can feel this knee's talking to you, isn't it? Mommy, your whole body is talking to me right now. So really stretch into that back leg. And this one is harder. Let the outer edge of that foot have a connection. This is the one that's just going to kill you. Now, you have to be able to be here. So if it's not going to be here, you gotta stop, right? And also, okay. That's okay. Do it the same as we did the first time. So bring the leg even more in, because you'll discount everything you do to get there. So instead, bring it here. You stretched it out. You told it, this is what I want you to do. Now you're gonna let it go, right? Come back and do the same work that we did before. So torso here, right? Let's go ahead and lean down because we did this, right? And I'm really engaging the arm with the leg. Stretch that bottom arm out. You're doing the same thing we did the other time. Stretch it up. Bicep towards the ear, over, and then move. Oh, really, if you're doing it on the video, strong. Back leg is so strong. revolving the ribs, revolving the the chest, the shoulders. Woo, and then release, but we're not gonna stop. We're gonna just come here, torso upright. And so same thing, Mary, see if you can really continue to keep working this leg, right? And the inside of that thigh, and then bring your arms here. And then just open and close. Boy, this is harder. Ooh. Ooh. And now stretch them out. Oh, turn them down. Turn them up. Turn them down. Turn them up. One more time down. And just let go. Oh,
And
there. Oh. Whew. Ah. But my legs need a little. And so feel that. Ah, yeah. Mm. Mm. All right, so I want to do the windmill, right? So I want us to come to a forward bend. This time legs will be wider. I am going to use my block and I'm going to windmill, revolve myself side to side. I don't know how many I'll do. I'll just do as many as my body really wants to do. Then I'll sit back down again and come up and 3 times in and out. Okay, so I'll start it and then you join me. Here's mine. Your legs are as wide as you're comfortable. Probably go a little bit wider. And then I think I am going to use my block. So I want to be able to come up here. Oh, and down. And here. And still all that revolving, right? Revolving of the ribs. And you can take your arm all the way up or just leave your hand on your shoulder, your hip. Do your thing, girl. Or dad. I think dad might be watching this. Do your thing, dad. And only do as many as you feel like you're ready for. Heel toe the feet back together. And then your chair. Ooh, we're gonna do that 2 more times. Oh yeah. Water break. So yesterday, I made green tea. This is green tea with lemon something. And I love a bitter taste. I think I let it steep. I made it too strong and I steeped for too long. So I've watered it down quite a bit. But yeah, I'm glad I don't have any more of this tea. I mean, I like it, but I'm glad I don't have any more of it. I won't get this again. Dude. I'd rather just take some of my dried lemon and drop it in here. I feel like it just got to be a little too much, right? Yeah. I'll do that sometimes. If I have an excess of lemons, I'll just take the zest part off and stick it in the hydrator.
yeah, that's makes good tea.
That makes, yeah. And then I do have the whole thing, the pith and everything and the meat. I do, sometimes I'll dehydrate those too. And that works as well. I need to remember that. Okay, here we go. We're talking too much. Once you come up, kind of heel toe your feet out, come to your width that feels right for you. And then let's say we go count to 10 as we do it, right? So here we go. 1, and then switch it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, revolving the ribs, 7, and the belly. You're really moving the belly. 9, one more, 10. And then bring your feet back together, that heel toe action, heel toe, and then sit down in your chair. Take a moment. And now, I'm getting hungry. My first breakfast of coffee is gone. all of my Ayurvedic teachers, I apologize. I'm good in so many ways, except for that one. I apologize.
We have to drink.
You can't.
It's true.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know if because, well, I mean, I'll drink it black too. But I don't know if it's because of putting the milk in there, it just changes the quality of it. I think it's also sometimes the coffee. I really found a coffee that I love.
Well, that makes a difference.
It does make a difference. So. Hey, Mary, we have one more to do. Count to 10. Okay, here we go. Up. All right. All right, and then heel toe those feet open to the width that you're comfortable with. Oh, and here we go. Twisting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Okay, heel toe the feet back together. And put your butt down. Oh, Mary, we did it. So let's set you up for bound angle. So you can just sort of sit in bound angle for a little bit, almost as if you're going to do your little meditation. I don't have a mat under this blanket, so make sure you don't feel too slippery and out of control. Feel okay? We show Mary doing her bound angle. She's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. She's a fold over. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know. Mary and I will try to do this again. Promise.